This is the final demonstration session of our conference. Stopak, who you heard today, are going to give very straightforward demonstration of a number of different things. Okay, I'll leave it to Fritz Dodeman to explain them as the boys go along. How many are we doing? 2, 3?
I'll do 2 field joints.
2 field joints.
And anybody else can.
2 field joints, and then if you ask them to do anything else, okay, if you want to play with this material, I'm sure Fritz has got a very sharp knife for little Andrew, okay, and you can look at it in depth. We've got a bit of time, so you can do that. Okay, over to you, Fritz.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. So we will do a demonstration over here, this section. You see there is no weld. So you have to imagine this one. But like I said in the presentation, we have various systems. One is Stopak with a tape on top. So if you want to touch and feel, you can do it here. If you want to grab yourself and do it, no problem. We have one system over here, Stopak plus a shrink sleeve. So lower stress, higher stress, moderate stress. And we have over here a system called Stopak Plus Autoglass Shield. And that's the moisture curing polyurethane wrap actually, which cures with moisture, water. And forms a hard frost layer on top of the stopak. All can be done, depending on time, depending on the area. You told me I have 1 hour, so thank you. This is Denko Sudic from Zagreb, Croatia, Bas Huizing, sales and technical, field zone application, PE, steel. The guys will show you how to clean it, how to prep it, simple, spot right, simply isopropanol cleaning method, including for the PE. Then we have 2 sheets of Stopak material which will have an overlap in the middle. Because there is no weld, the overlap is not too wide actually. And then on top we put our shrink sleeve. We have some experts here in the room. The gas torches are ready, Dirk, Rob Dunning, where are you? But I think our guys can handle it too. But if you see some problems, then step in. I'll do the next one. So please enjoy. Yes. Exactly. I just had a comment. What is a clean water? Last 2 weeks ago, there was an inducement at a pipeline we had from Terezzo. And indeed, you have to define what is water and what is clean water. It's not easy, especially in the world where you are. That's why we make use of isopropanol, which is clean and pure. And that's the method of degreasing. We even use it to degrease or to make the TE clean. You know, at the PE layer there's always some kind of during the manufacturing process of PE, there's a wax layer. By putting isopropanol on top, you see that the wax gets out. And that's why we have an excellent bonding again to PE itself, and not to the wax layer, which can create the zip one. 2 mm thickness. So it's pre-prepped, the thickness control, you don't need it, it's already done. You can do a spark test, you'll easily go over 60 volt, 60 kV, 60,000 volt. In the middle, do some overlap, pretend that's the weld, extra coverage at the weld. It's not a tape, don't pull. Just put it on and massage it in the substrate. And now the adhesion to PE in steel into the weld should be exactly the same. like at the north-south pipeline in Holland. The whole coating process, 48 inch, 20 centimeter cutback, it took 8 minutes. Why it took 8 minutes? Because of education, training and education first. The examination is done by the Kazumi, by the operator. And because of this, you have also savings in the field. You know what the quality, what you get. It's a secure system. If there might be disbondments of the FPE, there's always a layer of stopak which prevents the ingress of water. We have pre-prep shrinkage as well, so the exhaust strip is already attached. Because of this size, we have to cut it and put this explosive afterwards. The heat simply is about 100 degrees, but it does not affect the stopak layer. Not for this moment of time. And that's why the heat stays in the shrink sleeve. So you're not heating up the steel at the moment. Because the insulation properties on the stopak underneath the shrink sleeve, the heat stays in, and that's why you have such a uniform, consistent shrinking. That's it. Don't know what the time was. 5 minutes, 2 seconds. So what comes now is an application of stopak with a hybrid tape system, polypropylene, which has some extra mechanical strength. This is also the one which was used for technique beam offshore joints. What you see in the back, there is a pipeline or a cross section of a joint from Lokstad, Denmark. There was a project for the NAM, Holland in Groningen, LOP pipeline. And for the direction of drilling, the NAM prescribes and specified that under the Lokstad polyurethane infill, there has to be stopak first. then the polyurethane infill. But you know, the Loxo method, they have a PE sleeve, which they weld thermally, because there are wires, electrical welding of the PE to the adjacent mainline coating. And it was used for horizontal drilling. 4 joints were coated by this system. So Stopak with polyurethane. We also supplied offshore joints, first the Stopak, and then the polyurethane on top. And what is so great about that? The polyurethane is of course hot, poured, and it is cured properly. And the insulation properties of the polyurethane here and there are exactly the same. And how do you know if it can cure in the proper way? So with the insulation layer of Stopak underneath, you can tell that the cooling of the PU is consistent and uniform. That by the Stopak insulation layer, which happens to be also a process prevention layer. There are 2 ways of applying Stopak. You can do it spirally, of course, like a tape, but you can also do it like a cigarette wrap, 2 pieces next to each other. You can pre-cut them. Some people think this is more economical, but that's not always the case. So So this is simple wrapping with some tension to get a tape on. There are also tape shrink systems as well, so if you put a tape on top and then you shrink it afterwards to get some more compression to the Stopak. And this compression helps, of course, the self-healing effect in case of a damage. You see the release line is sticking to the back side. That's why it's better to do it together. What you see with the tape system, that we leave 3 mm open. And why is that? If the tape is over the Stopak, you have to adhere to the PE coating. And that's difficult with the tape. And easy with Stopak. It's also good for inspection because now you know where you start and where you end. For the adhesion properties, it doesn't matter. What Denko and Bas will demonstrate now is the use of a polyurethane moisture curing wrap. It comes in a vacuum bag. You can apply it by a diver underwater, or just make it wet in a bucket and apply it onshore or offshore at a platform with a riser. It's like going to the hospital, you have an injury, your knee is broken, what next? It's not a band-aid, it's not a bandage. What is called the hard, tough polyurethane, glass reinforced layer. It's used for joints, horizontal directional drilling joints, some small joints, 6 inch, 8 inch, 10 inch, used for bigger diameters. The curing process is about 20 minutes, so it's not like offshore on the lay bars, I've got a harness in 5 minutes. Although the resins can be modified all the time. The bus goes back and forth, the 50% overlap. The layer is about 0.4 millimeter, so 2 layers makes 0.8 millimeters, 4 layers, 2 layers 50%, all times for 1.6 millimeter thickness. Just make it wet, the urethane gets activated, now the polymerization starts. Full cure is longer, but the initial cure for operation is like 20 minutes. The version we have now, you can make it quicker if you want to, but then you have to change the formula. It reminds when you are on a job site, when you open the bag, it starts to cure already, so it should not be too fast. It's quite costly. So what we do now, we put a clamp film on top to put some compression on the outer glass, because we want to have an even distributed polymerization hardness. So now, Bas and Nico, they will take a puncture roller to make small little holes in the film. And then the water gets out, and from this, the curing process starts of the polyurethane. And now we can also say, what is this? But the curing is evenly all over. If you want to touch and feel what has been presented by Dinko and Bas, here's the outer glass shield. Here's the field joint system with the sleeves, and here's the tape. I think there's a knife. You can cut it open, you can see. I don't know if there's a spark tester. You do whatever you want or do it yourself. If you have questions, just let us know.